I know you don't like water, so.
How can you like water? What's there to like? So bland. I hate bland.
I understand. You like milkshakes. I get it. I totally get it.
Things should be colorful.
Shouldn't these
exciting.
are colorful. These are colorful and exciting.
These drinks are yours.
Cheers. Okay, guys, I'm Jenna Busch here with the legendary Stan Lee, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about ComicCon. I know it's been around since 1970. You've been going for a long time. So what's the difference between what it used to be and what it is now?
When ComicCon started, it was just a lot of kids who were comic book readers, and it was small, you know, a few dozen, sometimes maybe 100 would get together. They'd talk comics and swap comics. Today, it's adults.
Yeah.
And it's not just comics. It's movies and television. It's the internet. It's video games.
Well, I remember the first one I went to, I was driving in a van from the airport, and I saw you walking by.
Really?
Yeah, I waved. You didn't wave back, though.
Oh, if I had seen you, believe me, I'd have waved back.
Well, so what do you think about it being so big now? I mean, because people do sometimes talk about, oh, it should go back to its roots. It should maybe just be about comics.
You know that things can never go back to the way they were. Things change. The Comic-Con of today, I think, will be much bigger in a few years. It'll also encompass sports and music, and it's a pop culture gathering.
You know, they sell out pretty fast,
Yeah.
so. Well, can you actually walk the floor by yourself?
No.
Didn't think so.
It frustrates me because I would love to look at all the exhibits and to talk to the people, but I can't. When I walk the floor, people do recognize me, and they stop me and they ask for an autograph, you know, the usual.
Well, you know, it's so funny how much that the comics industry has changed, not just from all the way back, but even in the past few years. There are more women into comics now. But what do you think the biggest difference is now from when you started?
Well, I think the biggest difference is the fact that there are more women, and there are people coming to Comic-Cons who never would have just come to a comic book convention, but now because of the big movies, they just have to attend, even though they may not be comic book fans as such. So you now have a cross-section of the whole country at those comic conventions.
Well, is there a certain TV show that you've loved featuring a superhero? I mean, I used to watch The Hulk when I was a kid. And
It's funny, Lou Ferrigno is a good friend of mine, and I was just at a convention in Philadelphia with Lou. I saw him there. Yet The Hulk was a show that I think was so well done. Bill Bixby, who starred in it and later directed it, was a genius.
And you've been on Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang Theory is one of the cleverest shows, and I loved being on it. I don't understand Chuck Lorre, who's kind of a friend of mine, the producer, he hasn't given me another guest shot. I'm sorry you reminded me, now I'm angry.
Oh.
He hasn't had me back for another guest show. Would you excuse me? I want to make a
Yes.
phone call.
So because I call you legendary and iconic, who has it been the person that you've met that's impressed you?
I met Steven Spielberg a few years ago when he said to me at a party, you know, Stan, you and I do essentially the same thing, except my pictures move. And I thought that was kind of a nice thing to say. And I have found most people who are very famous and very successful are also the nicest people in the world. At least I haven't found any exceptions to that rule.
I haven't either. All right, well, I know we have to wrap up, but thank you for
Why?
chatting with me. I don't know.
No, I could sit here and talk all day. See, this is why I'm such a horrible host. I don't mean to throw you off balance, but I could sit here and talk all night. I don't think we should stop.
I don't think we have to stop.
No, I'm only kidding.
All right, guys. Well, I'm Jenna Busch here with iconic, legendary Stan Lee. And make sure you join us next week for a brand new episode.
You'd better be here next week or you'll answer to me.
Oh, you don't want that.
Because you know what the Hulk is, and don't get me mad.
Nice.
Someday I'll tell you about Hugh Hefner and me at another interview.
Someday I'll tell you about Hugh Hefner and me.